Hello everyone, this is Dr. J. Jaishankar, Head of the Postgraduate and Research Department of Commerce, DG Vaishnav College, Chennai. I am starting a lecture series in commerce online using the YouTube platform. I'll be talking to you on a wide range of topics in commerce in the coming days, and I'm sure those of you who pursue career in commerce would definitely find the presentation useful and also interesting. The topic I have chosen for today is management concepts in Tirukkural. When we think of management, what comes to our mind are the functions of management, namely planning, organizing, coordinating, directing, and controlling. Authority, responsibility, delegation, decentralization, communication, motivation, and leadership are among the important concepts of management we are familiar with. When someone asks us about the pioneers of management thought, then we would probably tell them the names of Henry Fayol, F.W. Taylor, Peter Drucker, Elton Mayo, and so on. But the fact that remains is that these management thinkers of the West have given their contributions to management thought only in the 19th century. And Thiruvalluvar, who has written Tirukkural, has contributed to management thought in the 2nd century AD itself. The management concepts that have been explained by the so-called management thinkers of the West have already been said in the 2nd century AD itself by the saint Tamil poet Thiruvalluvar. All of you know that Tirukkural has been translated into most of the languages of the world, including English, Latin, French, German, and Japanese. It has also been translated into most of the Indian languages, including Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, and Telugu. So, it is not clear as to why the name of Thiruvalluvar doesn't find a place when a reference is made to the pioneers of management thought. In my opinion, the name of Thiruvalluvar should come first, should come ahead of the names of the so-called management thinkers of the West. In this presentation, I have made a very humble attempt to bring to your knowledge the couplets. A couplet is a 2-line poetry, and Tirukkural contains 1330 couplets divided into 133 chapters. So I have identified some of the couplets which reflect management philosophy. I don't say that the list I have is complete. There are still more which probably I might have not included in my presentation, but definitely the couplets that I have selected do convey the idea of management thought. So Thiruvalluvar, no doubt, is the number one when you think of the pioneers of management philosophy. He occupies the number one place. Now I'll start my presentation quoting couplet 517. It says, இதனை இதனால் இவன் முடிக்கும் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண் விடல். The meaning of this couplet is that before you assign some work to a person, find out whether he'll be able to do it. You should know whether he has the capabilities to do the work, what technique he is going to use to do the job, what methodology he will adopt for doing the work. இதனை இதனால் இவன் முடிக்கும் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண் விடல். In management, we talk of what is called right man for the right job. So before you select a person for a job, you must find out that he is the right person for the job. Similarly, when a superior delegates authority to a subordinate, he has to find out whether the subordinate has the capacity to carry out the duty. Assignment of work, mere assignment of work is of no use if the subordinate is not in a position to do it because he is not fully equipped for the job. So it is important that the right job is assigned to the right person. I'll now move on to the next couplet number 467. It says, எண்ணித் துணிக கருமம் துணிந்த பின் எண்ணுவது என்பது இழுக்கு. எண்ணித் துணிக கருமம் துணிந்த பின் எண்ணுவது என்பது இழுக்கு. Think before you act. Before you do any work, plan the sequence of operations. So planning is important. If you do some work without proper planning, then you may not be able to attain the goal. You cannot work at random. You should know what you will do first, what next. You should know the sequence of operations. Similarly, when there are different options available to you, which option you are going to choose? Decision making. So it is important that you make the right decision. So planning is important and you must make the right decision at the right time. Only then you will be able to attain the task. எண்ணி துணிக கருமம் துணிந்த பின் எண்ணுவது என்பது இழுக்கு. So there is no use thinking about planning after the work has already been started. Similarly, there is no use regretting if you have taken a bad decision because decisions are irreversible mostly. So before you make your decision, you just evaluate it and see that it is just the right decision for your work. So planning as well as decision making will be definitely important. Only then an organization will be able to attain its goal. எண்ணித் துணிக கருமம் துணிந்த பின் எண்ணுவது என்பது இழுக்கு. Now I will quote couplet number 504. It says, குணம் நாடி குற்றமும் நாடி அவற்றுள் மிகை நாடி மிக்க கொளல். குணம் குற்றம், குணம் நாடி குற்றமும் நாடி அவற்றுள் மிகை நாடி மிக்க கொளல். So a person has positive qualities, he has negative qualities also. So you must find out whether his positive qualities are more or negative qualities are more. This is what we do in performance appraisal, performance evaluation in our workplace. So when a superior evaluates his subordinates, he must find out whether he has more plus points, and if he has more plus points, he has to be recognized, rewarded, and in case he has certain shortcomings, limitations, naturally the supervisor should tell him what he can do to come out of the shortcomings, get rid of his limitations, and be a very good worker. So he has to help him in finding a solution to his weak points as the superior. குணம் நாடி குற்றமும் நாடி அவற்றுள் மிகை நாடி மிக்க கொளல். So whether his plus points are more or minus points are more, that should be assessed thoroughly, and only then the superior should make a decision about the subordinate. Now I'll move on to the next couplet number 190. It says, ஏதிலார் குற்றம் போல் தன் குற்றம் காண்கிற்பின் தீதுண்டோ மண்ணும் உயிர்க்கு. So when you find fault with someone, you must make sure that you are free of such faults. A superior who finds fault with subordinates always must make sure that he is free of such funds. You cannot have one yardstick for your subordinates and a different yardstick for yourself. You must assess your performance using the same yardstick that you use to evaluate your subordinates. Edilar kutram pol tan kutram kaangirpin. You assess others, assess yourself in the way you assess others. That is the idea conveyed in this couplet. Then I'll move on to the next. சொல்லுதல் யார்க்கும் எளியவாம் அறியவாம் சொல்லிய வண்ணம் செயல். Couplet number 664. Preaching is easy. Practicing what is preached is what is difficult. So a superior can assign work to his subordinates, but asking the subordinates to do what is impossible will not actually serve any purpose. சொல்லுதல் யார்க்கும் எளியவாம். Asking the subordinates to do some work may be easy for the superior, but only the doer, the person who is doing the work, carrying out the task, actually knows what are all the difficulties involved, what are all the constraints involved in doing the work. So everyone has potentials, everyone has certain abilities to do some work. So you must be very logical and rational in assigning work to your subordinates. சொல்லுதல் யார்க்கும் எளியவாம். It is easy to say something, assign some work to a person, but only the doer knows the actual difficulties that he will encounter in carrying out the task. So you must be reasonable. You must set a reasonable standard, an attainable standard to your subordinates, and this is another important philosophy in management. Then I'll move on to the next couplet, number 647. சொல்லல் வல்லன் சோர்விலன் அஞ்சான் அவனை இகழ்வெல்லல் யார்க்கும் அரிது. சொல்லல் வல்லன் சோர்விலன் அஞ்சான் அவனை இகழ்வெல்லல் யார்க்கும் அரிது. சொல்லல் வல்லன், the one who speaks with conviction, who is sure of himself. சொல்லல் வல்லன், speaks with conviction. Sorvilan, one who is tireless. Anjan, one who is fearless. In management, we talk of the qualities of a leader. You have the concept of leadership, and a leader is supposed to possess certain qualities. Undoubtedly, these qualities which have been pointed out by Thiruvalluvar should be possessed by a very good leader. Solal Vallan, he must speak with conviction. Sorvilan, he should be tireless. Then Anjan, fearless. The leader is also supposed to be fearless. Only then he will be a good leader and he will be able to manage the organization and also his subordinates very well. Then I will move on to the next couplet, 616. It says, முயற்சி திருவினை ஆக்கும் முயற்றின்மை இன்மை புகுத்தி விடும். Efforts made by a person make him successful. A person not putting in efforts will only suffer. So in management we say, efforts alone lead to performance. You cannot expect performance without efforts. And performance will give you satisfaction, and that satisfaction will lead you to perform the job even better in the coming days. So, muerchi, efforts alone will lead to good performance. And when you perform well, naturally you feel motivated and you are able to perform the job even better in future. That is the idea conveyed in this couplet. Then I'll quote couplet number 666. It says, எண்ணிய எண்ணியாங்கு எய்துப எண்ணியார் திண்ணியராகப் பெறின். So you have some plan in mind and you want to attain a goal. Mere planning is not enough. Just thinking about a job, mental planning we'll say, that alone is not enough. எண்ணியார் திண்ணியராகப் பெறின். You must work for its success wholeheartedly. So planning is only paperwork. That alone will not give you the results. So you have to carry out the task. Doing the work is more important. It is as important as the planning that you have done. So எண்ணிய எண்ணியாங்கு எய்துப எண்ணியார் திண்ணியராகப் பெறின். You must carry out the task with courage and determination. You have to put in efforts to translate the goal written on your paper into actual results. That is the idea conveyed in this couplet. எண்ணிய எண்ணியாங்கு எய்துப எண்ணியார் திண்ணியராகப் பெறின். Then finally I quote couplet 140. It says, உலகத்தோடு ஒட்ட ஒழுகல் பலகற்றும் கல்லார் அறிவிலாதார். A person who cannot fall in line with the rest of the world is a fool, no matter what he has learnt. The very idea of globalization is conveyed by Thiruvalluvar through this couplet. That is, we have to adapt ourselves to the changing environment in the whole world. So the conventional practices should be replaced by a more transparent system of governance that we see in the rest of the world. So I have selected some of the couplets which undoubtedly convey management philosophy. I am sure you would have found the presentation interesting and I'll be happy to have your feedback. See you in another episode. This is Dr. J. Jaishankar signing off. Thank you.